For any great leader, not only do they have to be visionary kinds of people, but they have to have really high standards, values, principles, things that they value in the manner in which they conduct their leadership. So, what you're looking for in a leader is a person who has some pretty clear values, and it's very demonstrable. You see it every day, in other words, and you count on it. Quite frankly, these values are things that people will count on in business, both employees as well as any outsiders that are customers, partners. These values are what anyone else can bank on when working with a really great leader. Let's go through the ones I think are quite important. There are lots of them, but here's some ones that you ought to think about. The first is a sense of openness, a characteristic of openness that it is evident when you're talking to a leader that they're open in their communications. They tell you the way it is. They don't try to sugarcoat anything. It's pretty straightforward. You know what's on their mind. They tell you clearly. You understand. You can ask questions and they'll answer them straightforwardly. Openness. It's a characteristic of a person you say, boy, I'm really glad I talked to him or her. And the way they treated me was very open and frank. I really appreciate it. You want people talking about you like that. Openness. Remember that one. Of course, in your openness, there's got to be integrity. You've got to be known as a person who can be counted on. When you say you'll get something done, people can bank on it. You have a track record of getting things done. You get them done on time, within budget, and all those nice words. They get done. If they don't get done, you let them know way ahead of time that it's not going to get done quite the way I said, but here's what we're going to do. A person of integrity, a person whose word can be counted on. So you want to have high integrity. You want to be known as a person with high integrity. That is going to go a long ways in your business career as people know you as a person that can get things done. No nonsense, get stuff done, and can be counted on to do it. A close cousin, of course, underneath integrity is just raw honesty. Tell the truth. Don't skirt around it. Don't avoid it. Don't try to make it sound like something it's not. Be straightforwardly honest. When people ask you questions, you give them an honest, straightforward answer. Boom. Simple as that. You can never go wrong unless you purposely are hurting people, which I doubt you would do. You want to be honest, let people know what's going on, answer their questions, answer clearly their questions. Don't bloviate and beat around the bush or walk around the barn 6 times trying to answer a question. Go straight forward. You want to be known as a straightforward, straight from the shoulder kind of honesty. You can count on the honesty of the person, that when you ask a question of this person, they're going to tell you the truth. Quite frankly, being honest goes a long way, and people will remember it. Now, there's a way to be honest. It's certainly respectful is one of them. Being a respectful person, respecting other people's points of view. So what does that mean? You listen, you shut up and listen when they bring something up, and you're really trying to understand what they mean. Be in their moment for a few seconds or so. Listen, so you can respond respectfully. In total understanding, a little strong on my part, but substantial understanding of where they're coming from. If you're a respectful person, you spend time understanding the other person's point of view and going there. Go with it and respond accordingly. They're going to respect you as well because you've listened to them. What a magic formula. Ask questions, shut up and listen some more, ask another question, and be very respectful in so doing. That people will appreciate that you've listened, and that shows respect. Now, as you're listening and being respectful, there's another characteristic, and that is being empathetic. Some of the questions you're going to ask maybe will give you some insight about how they're feeling, how strongly they feel about something, what's going on with them that causes them to be raising an issue or saying something in a certain way. You want to get in kind of underneath what they're saying, but why are they saying what they're saying? Why are they so interested in a subject or a question that they've brought up? Go ahead and ask them. They, again, will appreciate that you've spent some time trying to understand them as people Not just, the business question that they've asked, and by golly, you've been honest and open in answering them. So if you're spending time to get to know them, that's even better. So spend the time being empathetic and understanding where people are coming from when they ask you questions or when they make comments. Be inquisitive about that. You will get a lot of respect by you taking the time to really listen to where they're coming from, not just what they're saying. In all of this, you want to be a compassionate person. Show compassion. When people are in need, or they're in trouble, or when they have sensitive things that they want to talk about, when things are going on in their lives, or some things are going on in the team that they're part of, be compassionate in your expressions to them about what they ought to do and what their situation they're in. Compassionate could be sometimes you're giving them hard-nosed advice. Sometimes compassion is going to be, I really understand, and just be a sounding board, and you show you understand. Compassion reveals itself in a lot of different ways. It shows you care. Maybe that's a better way to say that. Show that you care by being compassionate of the people you work with every day. And that compassion goes with whoever you work with outside the company as well. Compassion. So I hope that was helpful and that you get a sense of what values mean, what some of the important values are of a person who is starting a company, running a company, managing a team, whatever you may be doing. If you have these kinds of values in mind and actually reflect those values in your communication and your relationship with people, you're going to go a long ways. So show that you have these values, and as you do it, have a great day.